welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to follow my journey to review all 1000 classic Looney Tunes shorts and give this video a like as well. So this is a review for the Chewin Bruin, released in 1940. It's the 288th in the series and it's directed by Clampett. You can find this on the Porky Pig 101 DVD set in an unrestored state. There is a HD version out there, which is what I'm using, although who knows when that's going to be on disc, hopefully at some point in the future. And it's under copyright, so I can't show you the full cartoon here, but all that really happens is, well, Porky's a kid again apparently, and he's being told a story by this unnamed stranger. I don't know who he is, but anyway, he's telling a story about the strangest thing he ever saw, and that involves a bear and some chewing tobacco. So, a very topical cartoon for this day and age, of course. So first you're going to see a re-edit of the original audio commentary I did before I had to take that down. I'm joined in that commentary by my good friend FoxInAFix, and he also said something pretty funny in the Bob Clampett retrospective about this short, which I thought, you know what, I'll add that in as well. I thought it was pretty good. And then you just hear a few extra thoughts from me. So hopefully you weren't expecting an hour and a half documentary stuff with this one, because there's not that much to talk about, but in any case, grab some popcorn and enjoy. With me today is my good friend FoxInAFix. Say hi.
Hey guys, I'm back again. I don't think people have been chewing tobacco in like 100 years. So they was old even in the 40s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people still chew tobacco, but I definitely don't know of anyone who does. And I barely know anyone who actually smokes as well. But anyway, so this is the first time you're seeing this, Fox. What do you think of it so far?
Well, I saw it on the Porky Pig 101 set many months ago, so I haven't really prepared, so I don't remember a lot about this. It's it's not very memorable, I think, but maybe it will be.
You'll notice right away, Porky seems to be a kid again for some reason, even though he's got the attitude like he's an adult, but this particular short has some beautiful animation, especially on the main character, and because that's what we'll be watching, because Porky is barely in it again. Clampett is clearly sick of Porky by this time, yeah. But at least he does something interesting with it. Here is an interesting thing where, of course, Bob Clampett is inserting some spot gags in here too, where, of course, you've got this wonderful horns. That's a really good, just the facial expression of the animal there, and it's definitely not a masterpiece. I would call this one a nice little gem. It's pretty funny, and it allows Clampett to explore just a different character altogether while using Porky as part of his obligations.
Yeah, Bob Clampett's cartoon, even when they're in black and white, are just always artistically very rich.
He's fascinated by this chewing tobacco, and this must be some tobacco. I mean, it's this bear really wants it.
How do we know it's not just a piece of chocolate?
That face there. This has got some great stuff in it. As I said, this is, I think, a nice little gem. Oh man, this bear, after a few licks of the tobacco, is pretty addicted. I'm pretty sure that the tobacco companies would love that kind of a result. You know, just give it a little bit of get a little bit of tobacco, and you're like hooked. Again, as I mentioned probably a few times, I do have to admire the fact that Bob is a professional. He did what he was obligated to do, and that is, of course, have Porky, which, of course, Liam Schlesinger loved. But at the same time, he made it work. He did something different with the character.
It's all right for what it is. I mean, I like this kind of obscure stuff, I guess, this black and white cartoon. I think all Bob Clampett's black and white cartoons are good, but this one is just not the most memorable, but I can forgive it for that. I mean, it's good enough. I like the themes, I like the fact it's all about tobacco.
It's a very weird one, because who thinks of these stories? You know, it's very bare bones, bear, got it. But it's all about tobacco. It's about tobacco and a bear who wants to eat it, and you can see Clampett is really starting to get tired of Porky, as he is barely in it.
He's getting very tired of them.
Oh, yeah.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
So those were the original thoughts, and thank you, Fox, for joining me on that one, and of course any future reviews that we end up doing together. So right away, I just want to get out of the way because I know my editor loves doing these, but there is a little bit of reused animation involving that whole bear trap, which I think I find bear traps to just absolutely sickening. But anyway, it's a reused animation that comes from Engine Trouble, and that will also get repurposed in a later Bob Clampett remake too. Now, in the beginning, you hear the whole, he was wacky about tobacco, and that seems to be a reference to the whole term, wacky tobacco, and that's what smoking marijuana basically is. If you, smoke, you get all, funny and wacky, and I guess maybe that was just a result from that infamous Reefer Madness movie that came out in the late 30s, which it's in the public domain. If you haven't seen it, it's an unintentional comedy these days. It's actually really, really funny. I mean, I don't do this stuff, and I find it funny. So yeah, there is one sound effect that I thought was interesting, and that's for that spit jar. And that sound seems to be in a few Bob Clampett shorts, and even a few Tex Avery shorts, when someone is when you have the character that's actually talking really, really fast, sold American, that kind of gag. And I wonder if they already had that sound effect on file and they just put it in there as like a spit jar. And you don't even see the spit jar properly either, so that might have been a censorship thing where, if they showed it in full, they might be asked to take it out. There is a movie reference. I mean, what is a Bob Clampett movie without at least one movie reference, right? Or pop culture reference, but there is a reference to the movie Goodbye Mr. Chips, which came out in 1939, and that had won the best acting Oscar. And recently it's come out in a beautiful restoration from Warner Archive, and that's definitely something worth getting. As to why they say goodbye, Mr. Chips here, I mean, I guess it's like saying goodbye, like, hey, we're going to hide from you. I don't really get the gag, if I'm being honest, but let me know in the comments if you think there is deeper meaning to this amazing gag. I do like how whenever the dog sees the bear, like you first see that he's frozen in fear and is literally frozen, and then you hear that wonderful little music cue involving that. And then later on, the dog sees him again inside the house, and then he just becomes like really stone cold. It's actually great effects type animation there. And there is a grabbing butt gag, and I guess Clampett somehow managed to get away with this because you can quite see where the facial expression of this unnamed narrator is like, what are you doing? I guess the dog has done that before or something based on the way he's reacting. It's, a gag that, Clampett or anyone for that matter would not have easily gotten away with back in the 1930s and 40s. I've got to say the ending is really weird though. I mean, so he thinks he's killed the bear, and because obviously he wants that tobacco all to himself. I mean, this must be some really addictive tobacco, and I guess it's even more addictive than what nicotine actually is, which it's in itself is really addictive, right? So what, the bear was alive this whole time and in the wall and just chewing tobacco? I don't know. It's just a strange one. And look, I still maintain, based on the commentary, what I said, that this is a little gem, but I guess it's more of a gem because it's just such a weird cartoon. It's got some funny gags in it, and I do say, it's got some really good animation, especially of this, again, unnamed narrator. I don't know what to call him, really, but boy, it's weird, And for that reason, look, I'll give this one, 7 out of 10. I think that's a good score to give this one, only because of those few bits. It's just, this cartoon just has to be seen to be believed, just how ridiculous it actually is. But in any case, at least that's off the list. So if you haven't seen it, definitely do check it out on the Porky Pig 101 DVD set, or try and find it on, in HD. Hopefully it'll show up soon in some kind of a choice collection for collectors. So in any case, that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.